to get off their darkest ground. The gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers.
I hope that cinema has Dolby Atmos.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, the gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky.
We're back.
Well, howdy, y'all, and welcome back to yet another movie night. We are here and we're live yet again, and we're on time for movie night, so what more could you ask for?
I don't
We
know,
have-
a daily ice cream.
Well, you know, I mean, I do that anyway, but
I have cookies and cream ice cream in the freezer.
that's, it's not
best
my
ice
favorite,
cream.
to be honest. I like a good, like, mint chip,
Oh, I like that too.
but it's gotta be, like, a green mint chip.
This is Tillamook. It's really good.
Well, we have a slightly abbreviated panel compared to last week, but we do have quite a bunch of good people here at least. I mean, most at least. I don't know. There's that RJ guy. I'm not real sure about him.
Yeah, I'm already abbreviated.
That's true. Well, let's start out our introductions, and I guess we should start with RJ.
Yeah, I've just been running amok, sometimes several
Amok,
mucks at a
amok, amok.
time. Had to get a new telephone. My old one died. Busy doing research, jousting with stupid people on social media. You know, the usual.
Yeah, the usual. Anything new in your book world?
Oh, continuing with research, in the Phileas Fogg narrative of the second volume, they have gone past the Val River and have gone beyond Pretoria and are about to arrive at the sinister Ramsden plantation.
Oh. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, you need to get the first book so you find out what happened before that.
Oh, that's true. Well, I'll work on that.
Yeah, find out what's in the box in Chicago.
Well, thank you for that, RJ. And we also have with us tonight Sean Hufford.
Yeah, it's me again.
Hey, you're
How'd
not
that happen?
last.
What? Wait. Okay. Is something wrong?
No.
Something's not right here.
Yeah, right?
Is the hand still hurting?
No, my hand has improved, thank you. Well, we're glad to have you with us here again, Sean. I think this might be your last one for a while, isn't that correct?
It seems that way. I'm going to a different shift. I
Yeah.
mean, Saturday mornings I got to be up at 4:30.
Oh, fucking sucks.
I mean, that seems.
But-
Pardon my ignorance, but that seems perfect. Like you do the show and then immediately just you have to maybe leave a bit early, but
Yeah, that's
Leave
not the
movie
way
night
Sunday
early to
works.
go to work.
exactly, yeah. Leave the show a little bit early. I mean, we're not going to be quite done. We're almost going to be done, but not quite.
Yeah, I
At least
don't
it'll
think
Sounds
still
like a
give
more
you
so.
money.
streamlined process to me.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite how that's gonna work. But we're glad to have you here with us this week, Sean, and hopefully if you get a Saturday off, you can join us again.
I'll surprise people from time to time.
I'm not gonna go into that. Anyway, moving on. Let's say hello to Bo.
Hello. To
Hello,
Bo.
Bo.
That's me.
Hello, Bo.
Good morning.
Good morning. It is like 6 o'clock your time, is it not?
Yeah. And in a couple of hours, it'll be hot as fuck.
We're actually starting to get some cool weather here. I'm
Sometimes
excited.
I really hate being a Viking. I mean, we're seeing. I think yesterday we saw temperatures up to 32 degrees, and since, of course, Celsius. What else? And since.
Mr. Dane, could you translate that to American for me? I need it in my freedom units.
I think I'll stick to science degrees. Thank you. But the worst part is that since our country is a small one, it's our what do you call it? Our population is close to Missouri, I think it is, or Minnesota, something like that. And we have a lot of water around us. So yeah, it's not fun because the humidity is kind of high. And that's
So in
not
other
good
words, it's
for
like Florida.
Yeah, but you have to remember, we're not used to this kind of high temperature.
Yeah.
If you're used to it, it's not as bad.
I wouldn't say that.
I like where Taddy Bogle in the
I
live
would.
chat says 32 degrees equals fucking hot. Yeah, it is.
Hey, when I came to, in the beginning, when I when we arrived in Afghanistan, damn. At least it's a dry heat, but still, wow.
Yeah.
But you get used to it.
Yeah, it's been
Not
really
as
hot here. It's been roughly anywhere between like 30 to 34 here every day, and
Which is what?
like high 90s.
Oh. Tuh.
And
I wish it was
so,
that mild here.
A cool day in California.
yeah. But the next
or
couple
a really cold day in
couple
Arizona.
of days it's supposed to drop down to like 24 degrees, and I'm super excited about it. It's still too hot for me. It's like 75ish,
Okay.
which is still too hot for me, but
We've
much
been
better than
running
it's been.
in the upper 90s with heat indexes to 100 and anywhere from 100 to 105 plus 80% humidity.
Ugh, yeah, no, I don't do heat. Heat and I don't get along well.
Yeah, and we're all wearing masks.
Yeah.
They won't let you in stores right now without wearing a mask, most of them.
Yeah, now here in Jersey, it's mandatory. You have to wear a mask. Even out in public, like on the boardwalk and stuff, you have to wear a mask. It's all mandatory everywhere. We haven't even opened up indoor dining yet.
Yeah. Hey, when it comes to wearing masks and it's mandated in shops, for example, how hard is it for those idiots that you see online claiming that it's against my constitutional rights? You can't do that. Force customers to wear them. How can it be so difficult for people to understand what the Constitution actually protects you from?
Yeah.
Not
Most
a
of them haven't.
company.
I can answer that. Oh, most of them haven't read the Constitution and just take it from the words of random people on the internet or in the news.
And of course, the picking of cherries.
Yeah. There's a lot of that.
I have something to
Random
say-
internet people have never steered me wrong.
I have something
Go
to
ahead.
say about it as well, guys.
I don't know.
When we were in school, and keep in mind,
School?
when I was in school, I am 49 now, for those who don't know. So back in 4th grade, in order to graduate from 4th grade, not only did we have to know and read the Constitution, we had to be able to say the preamble to the Constitution by memory, or we would
Yeah,
not graduate.
That part I do not understand at all. If it was, if you had to know the Constitution, of course, and not be able to recite word for word, but at least explain what the different amendments were,
Right, we
in
had to
general
take a
terms.
test. We had
At
to
least
take a-
that, but
Yeah.
recite the
Okay. The preamble to the Constitution for us is right.
Yeah.
Is a very famous
ridiculous.
opening. It's part of our history for the United States.
Mhm.
So back when I was a kid, they made us learn that, and then we had to take a a test called the U.S. Constitution, and we had to be able to tell what amendment was what and what it meant. They don't do that anymore.
Really?
No.
I mean,
and I think it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean having to recite the preamble to the Constitution in order to graduate is ridiculous. To use it for kids, to get them interested, maybe doing a recital at school. Okay, fair enough. But using it as a test. Why? It has no what would you say, importance in terms of how the Constitution works and how it can protect you. It's important, yes, because it's part of your history. But being able to recite
and now,
it,
to interrupt our historical exercise with some necessary stupid.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we should.
Yeah, I've been waiting to make a comment, guys.
Well, we should probably get on to the stupid.
That whole mask wearing thing.
Yeah.
I basically view it as it's my constitutional right. Well,
to live.
Yeah, it's my constitutional right to live, and I am not. And while it may be uncomfortable to wear a mask, well, I may not exactly like wearing a mask, I will do it because I have to defend other people's constitutional rights to live. I cannot deprive them of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. And if I don't go wearing a mask, I could deprive someone of life without due process of law.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's the individual's responsibility to at least protect your fellow citizen when able.
Anyway,
Well,
I mean, I would imagine that in the U.S., if you are you're taking a walk along a sidewalk, and you see someone doing something illegal, isn't it possible for you to get a ticket for not doing something?
Yes.
Even though it's just calling the police or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That would cover this.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well,
I mean,
anyway.
Hello.
Moving on. Sorry, Bo. Don't mean to interrupt your,
but
education.
We're delaying things.
And I want to get a move on.
That's true.
Although
we
we don't know
are
what we're
doing
delaying
some delay
yet, but-
tactics, but all right. Let's see.
I need to let off some steam, though.
We also have Mom NATO with us.
Hello.
Hello, Mom NATO. How are you?
Oh, stressed.
Yeah, that's one way to put it for sure.
Yeah, and I still haven't gotten my fucking stimulus check either.
Oh, jeez. That's never
Yeah.
good. I
I
like
got
that,
told by the IRS last week. It's going to be another 8 weeks before I hear anything.
jeez. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Last week,
Oh, well, okay, 2 weeks ago. It's close enough.
We had One Wing Sparrow in the chat who says, "How the fuck are we failing at an apocalypse when all we had to do is dress as ninjas and watch TV? We suck so much." I like that. But yes, I agree. That's failing hardcore there.
Yeah, let's just all turn into like Naruto or Kakashi.
Yeah.
if
We-
Takashi has the right idea.
We,
Why
we
not
also
Jackie
have
Chan?
with us tonight Tornado. Hello, Tornado.
Kakashi's
Hello,
cuter.
everybody! Tornado here, reporting from what is likely to become the new COVID epicenter of the United States. Because while California does have more cases and more people, Florida has much more
Snowbirds.
cases per 10,000 people. So therefore, I'm calling Florida the new COVID epicenter. And besides, it looks like we're going to be dethroning California here in a few days.
Thank you.
It-
Thank you. Take our COVID, please.
Yeah.
I declare Florida the empire of Corona. Enjoy.
It's Florida. Is it a surprise to anyone?
No.
Nope.
I mean,
Florida, the New Jersey of the South.
Yes.
Yeah,
Ouch.
pretty much.
Except we
Yeah,
have
you
more
didn't have to
elderly.
make it hurt so bad.
RJ, them must be fighting words.
Yeah.
Nah. I lived in New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey sucks.
I lived at McGuire Air Force Base. That sucked.
All right, and hold on, I'm just pulling up Zoom there. There we go. Hello, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh,
Hello.
as well as one can be expected to be.
What'd you say, Sean? Sean.
Probably just how amazing I am.
Oh,
and how
well, of
much he loves
course.
Me.
That's that must have been it.
You too, Sean. Mwah.
And hard to say stuff when you're muted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi.
Sean, I, honestly, Sean, I want a divorce. I mean, you never call, you never write.
Oh, he's the worst, right?
He never comes over for vacation.
Well, Hillel, I know you're not living in my country, but you know what we call marriage, being married in Denmark?
Well, I
We
don't.
use the exact word.
I'm assuming it's some kind of unpronounceable Danish word.
No, it's easy. But in fact, you use the same word, the exact same way of saying that word as well, but for something else. No, we use the word that also means poison. Gift. There's a reason why marriage is, well, yeah.
Oh, that's so
gift,
sweet.
Poison.
Obviously, paying homage to the classic tale of Romeo and Juliet.
Yes.
Which is a Danish story.
A
Kind
quick
of,
question:
kind of.
does that mean a wedding cake has double meanings?
Well, it has
Yeah,
many
taste tester
layers.
first.
Yeah.
It has many layers. It is a layer cake. So
It's
like an ogre.
It has layers.
Yes, I'm so glad somebody else said it too.
Like an onion.
Like an onion, yep.
Yeah.
Like an ogre. Well, we're glad to have you here with us tonight, Hillel.
Let the Shrek spam begin.
Yes. We also have with us TD Lane. Hello, TD Lane.
Hi, thank you for having me. It's a nice night, albeit it's getting hot here for California standards. I'm tired. I want to get on the movie night, so whoever wants to say something next,
Have at it.
I might.
Well, nobody's going to say anything
Now
next
you
because that's
know
it.
If
Uh-oh.
it gets too hot, you'll end up being moist.
Damn it, Sean.
Yes,
You know what? Also, if it gets too hot, you can turn on the air conditioning.
yes, we have central air here. Our air bill has gone for the roof.
I can imagine.
Literally.
Oh, sorry. Actually, I should explain what air conditioning is for Bo, because he probably doesn't know what that is. So we have this kind of it's too hot. We can make it so that it's actually cooler inside.
Ooh.
I mean, for Bo, that's just opening the door.
Yeah.
Normally, but not recently.
If only I lived in a place where it would make sense to have, to just have a simple evaporative cooling running, but no, the humidity is too high for that.
Yeah.
Shall we move on?
I mean, I suppose if you really want to get to the stupid that badly.
Yeah.
Well, we only
I
have
had
two
to leave
stupids to
this-
work with, so
We
it's
do.
an easy
I had to-
thing.
I had to leave the stupid early last week. I couldn't talk. So.
Yes.
It was
Well,
really stupid, though.
It
I'm
was. You
sure
didn't
it
miss a whole
was.
lot.
I'd been looking forward to that crystals video and just
Yeah, you didn't miss a lot with crystals. Don't worry. So the wheel got kind of scrunched. I don't know why the text is all scrunched. I tried
the
to fix
trees
it,
and
but
vibration, huh?
yes,
Real
we have
trees.
uncool trees and we have vibrations.
Hmm.
I think the wheel is having a fit from the stupid.
It is.
Yes,
It's like,
it's
all right, you know what?
rejecting it.
Screw this.
What is that one word supposed to be?
Vibration?
No, no, the other one.
Oh,
Unreal trees.
uncool trees.
Uncool trees.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're not hip trees that are in
Yeah,
with
so
the
if look,
proper-
don't
Well,
take.
I think unreal
kids,
trees
sometimes
sounds
a tree
better.
will come up to you
Yes.
and it'll try to hand you some drugs, and you'll just because all the cool trees are doing doesn't mean you need to do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I
essentially.
like the Beach Boys, but I'm gonna have to go with the trees.
Wait a minute. cool trees.
Uncool trees.
Don't we have
Uncool trees.
Don't we have a video resembling that?
That's what
those
we're
two
talking
words?
about.
Will there be any shrubbery, underbrush, or anything like that involved?
Shrubbery.
Bring
It's a
me
shrubbery.
a shrubbery.
Alrighty, well, shall we spin the wheel?
Oh, threats!
What if I say no?
They're getting ready to spin the wheel, buddy.
Yeah.
He's getting a soda. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
We didn't delay long enough for tornado.
Can you-
Spin the wheel of death.
Hello.
Tornado
we
is an
won't,
essential worker.
hello. We won't say no. We'll say nee.
Me?
Yeah.
The Knights of Knee.
Oh my goodness.
German, you
Yes.
shall.
Come on,
Flesh
you can
wound.
do better than that.
The Knights of Knee. The Kniggets of Knee.
The Knights of Knee.
No, the Kniggets. The Knights who say knee. You
Tornado
stupid
echo in the
buffoons.
background.
Tornado off in the distance.
Yeah.
Mom, maybe it sounds like
You
he's
know,
falling down
for-
a well. You may want to
For
go.
a tornado, he moves quite
Back,
slowly.
guys. I've gotten my soda, and to start off the show,
Did you have to punch the cobra real quick?
no.
Thank God.
Usually only takes that long.
Just do it a quick stroke
Anyway.
and get going.
No, because he was in the kitchen. Thank you. No.
Wheel of misfortune.
Just tell him to wash his hands.
Turn. Show us the stupid that we should burn. Spin it.
Bless you.
Oh, we're killing Monato early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good at that.
That's because I don't have any
Oh.
ice in my soda.
Oh.
No, hold on.
Vibration.
Hold on. Hold on.
It
It just never stopped spinning.
That.
It never stopped spinning. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you can't do that.
I just watched it stop spinning.
No, it didn't.
I hope it lets the vibration again.
Damn it.
Ah,
Hold on. Hold on.
no, no.
Hold on.
No!
No, I want to see it land on vibration again.
All right.
Let's
Okay.
get it on.
Chat.
I swear to God, I really
Ta-da!
it's not like- no, guys, it's
come
not
on.
like actually on the line.
Yes, put it back
Let's,
in
let's
vibration.
just get those vibrations
Uh,
on. Come on, let's just
Look,
get it on.
look, I win.
You're giving me.
Fuck!
No,
Um,
still on vibration.
All right.
well,
All
according
right.
to
Yay!
Uh,
Majority Leader, this is a completely fair vote, and as such, we will go with it.
I don't think the
Landed
wheel
on vibrations.
ever stops spinning. That's what my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Uh-huh.
It had landed on vibrations twice. This is cheating, and it's pissing off.
Hey, Jess, if your vibrator is sticky, you
No,
might
no, no,
want
no,
to,
no,
you know,
nope,
clean
nope,
it.
Nope, 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 nope.
All right.
Hey, I didn't say my vibrator was sticky.
That's even worse.
She said that. Well, not that mine
all I
was
want
sticky.
to say
but,
is that
Oh
you know,
my
all I'm
God.
saying is that obviously we can't do the one with because look, there are no trees on flat Earth, so obviously this topic is impossible to cover.
Oh my goodness.
especially when we talk about, you know, the so-called biblical flat earthers, because it's still I still hear those idiots claim that there somewhere in the Bible it says that there is a tree from which you can climb up into and see the whole world. So yeah, they
that mean that
haven't
you-
told us
wouldn't that
which
mean
one it
from-
is yet.
Wouldn't that mean that from everywhere in the world you can see this tree?
Yeah, supposedly. But, you know, due to
Well,
dropity
the world
and,
was smaller then, and the trees were bigger.
Anyway, Jess, we require, oscillations.
ooh,
Fine. If
it's
you
the
all want to
motion of
oscillate,
yeah, you know.
Oh my God,
they
I hate
spell
that.
your universe with a Y-O-U.
I hate that.
I'm already disturbed by this.
You're doing the vibrations, are
You couldn't
you?
even use the right form of your.
No.
Please tell me you're doing the vibrations.
Yes.
Oh
RJ.
boy. Oh, we're gonna get it on tonight. Yeah.
All right, let's
Down,
see.
boy, down.
Let's get that Isaac Hayes music on, huh?
Indeed. Hold on. I'm.
By the way, it's Martin Gaye. So
Vibrations.
you know.
Well, I don't know if Martin Gaye is gay,
Yes,
but,
it's Martin Gaye.
huh?
Mr.
But
Gay.
then again, gay used to, well, originally speaking, as far as I know, gay meant happy Or
Don we now our gay apparel.
Y-E, guys.
yeah, well, yeah.
We know who you're talking about. We're trying
I must
to
have
make a
blinked
joke out of it.
and missed how we went over to that topic, but okay.
All
We are
right.
the experts, of
Anyway,
which we do
back
not
to the
know, but we are
stupid.
experts.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I'm
we're
afraid we're gonna
ready
have
to
to see
get
some of the
started.
stupid.
Indeed, we should probably get started. This video is oh, it's a short one. It's about 10 minutes.
Don't give me hope.
Well, there might be some science too, so you know.
Yeah.
All right.
How short are we looking at?
10 minutes. That's all.
That's good. That should take us
Looks like it'll
about
take us 2
an
hours.
hour and 20 minutes.
No, we'll only be here until Sean goes to work next Saturday.
Moving on.
I keep telling you, this is a more streamlined system.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's go.
Alrighty, guys. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Oh, hold on.
Yay.
Let's see
Hi,
how
Glover,
I
Mom. In case you
fix
didn't
the
hear me earlier.
audio. Alright, you guys should be able to hear it. Let's hope.
Oh no, we can
Also,
hear it.
quick note. Just pause for just 1 second, please.
Yes.
The planet's rotating the wrong way. I'm done.
That's it. We're done. Go home.
I mean, that's all I wanted to say.
Alright.
It's
And
also
the
kind of
continents
quick.
are all sleeping.
And it's Marvin Gaye, child of mine.
Here we go,
Of course,
guys.
they could be looking at it with the South Pole on the bottom.
No, it's not.
Sure. Well, yeah, you could say that. I mean, there is no up in space, you know. So,
Alright.
yeah, well.
Here we go.
Whether you realize it or not, frequency and vibration hold an extremely important yet hidden power that affects our lives, our mental and physical health, and our consciousness. The science of
Except the
somatics, which is
consciousness,
the
fair
study
enough.
of visible sound and vibration, proves that vibration and frequency are the organizational foundation for the creation of all matter and life.
Drink!
When sound waves move through a physical medium,
I think I heard tornado first on that one.
Oh, what a surprise.
Yes, while frequencies and vibrations do have important regulatory power, and by that I mean they regulate the color of the light that we see from the sun, and they regulate the sounds coming out of my voice right now. While frequencies and vibrations such as sound waves do in fact have some important hold quote unquote power over some important aspects of our lives, like the music we listen to and the light colors that we see, they're not the end all be all.
Indeed.
And they are not the foundation of our universe. Sorry.
Mom NATO.
Okay, vibrations and frequencies, to keep it brief, are not the foundation of life, as she put it, he put it, whoever it is. The only thing that it affects is, like Tornado was saying, colors, sound waves, what we hear, what we say. That's it.
Then again, they also control how how we cook things in a microwave oven.
Did I hear? I thought I heard. Oh yeah, hello. Yes, hello.
I think RJ had something before me.
Ah, RJ doesn't have his hand up.
I have been deceived.
Somebody's simulating my hand.
Ooh. I wonder where they're putting it, RJ.
That's a new
Oh,
use
you
for
don't
hand.
wanna
That's a
know.
new use for hand simulator.
Someone is stimulating your hand, so that's why it's blue?
Yes.
Wow.
Turning into the blue moon crew.
Hillel, what did you have to say?
Well, I suppose it's sort of similar to what Tornado was saying. It's about like certain phenomenon, can be interpreted in terms of, you know, so there's something which is vibrating or oscillating with a particular frequency, and, you know, that's the extent of it. That there's no reason to extend that to other things unless you're talking about something like as you're going to a particular field of physics which deals with that sort of thing, like something like they were saying with like guitar strings or something like that that's actually vibrating. Or if you're going really niche, if you're going into certain quantum mechanics bits, you can start talking about like particle wave duality type stuff, but that's way beyond anything that this is discussing.
Yeah.
So
But are guitar strings actually vibrating or are they resonating?
They're
or oscillating?
now, as far as I know, they vibrate, and the sound resonates through the sound chamber.
Interesting.
Whispering
TD
go,
Lane.
Okay.
Oh, that would have been me?
Yes.
Sorry, I might muted.
That is you.
On Tornado's point, microwaves vibe food so hard that it's hot. That's pretty impressive. That being said, I don't think that has anything to do with matter being created.
Nope.
I'd like to see this person's citations.
Yeah, I don't think there is any citations. Just saying. All right. I think that's it. So let's continue on.
Such as land or water, the frequency of the waves has a direct effect upon the structures, and this works within the human body as well. To better understand the power of sound frequency, let's discuss the Cladney plate experiment, named after the German physicist and musician who made this concept visible.
Drink.
In his famous
Yes,
It
Tornado.
was on the how waves hold power over the structures and how waves can affect the human body. Well, there is one type of wave that can really mess the human body up. Although generally it only comes in one pulse, it's called a shock wave, and that happens to come from things like volcanic eruptions, explosions of various forms, or just meteor impacts. So, yeah. Point of order.
Aha. Alrighty then.
experiment, he showed how moving a violin bow against a metal plate covered with sand could visually display the movement of sound. The sand concentrated in areas where the plate was not vibrating. Through his work, he was able to conclude that sound, or frequency, travels in waves, and he was the first scientist to clearly demonstrate this connection.
Okay, drink.
Take a look.
Yes,
I
Mom
have a
NATO.
question. If the violin string was vibrating against
Oh, bow.
the bow was vibrating
Yeah.
against the metal plate, doesn't that just cause the plate itself to vibrate, which causes stuff to move? It's not necessarily just a sound wave.
Well, yeah. I mean, what she should have said was the propagation of vibrations through a medium. In this case,
Okay.
a metal plate.
All right.
But yeah.
Oh, and there's someone who does something similar, but is much more what is much cooler. It's called a 2D Rubens tube.
Mhm.
For those of you who don't know what a Rubens tube is, think of a tube with holes drilled along it and flammable gas pumped into there. Science alert, by the way. You can light this gas on fire, and then you can put a tone through the tube by hooking it up to a speaker. And as the pressure waves rush down the tube, they actually change the wavelength of the fire. You
Cool.
can actually see the
Later.
wavelength of sound written in fire. A 2D Rubens tube that
Later,
takes the same
tornado.
concept and puts it across an entire plane versus a simple tube.
I thought that was just the Rubik Cube's cousin.
I feel like we needed a science alert there.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I said science alert.
Hello.
Well, I
We
mean,
needed a lot of one.
my thing is like I obviously it's common knowledge today, you know, that sound travels in pressure waves. So, like one molecule hits the next, you know, a long line of dominoes kind of following. Like so, yeah, if you playing an instrument, it will create a sound that will have some resonance with whatever the material you're using. So, like I said, if the plate's moving in a lot of area, the sand or whatever it is will coalesce in areas where it's moving slightly less. So I just don't see what's very revolutionary about this or implies something that we don't already know in
Yeah.
modern science about how sound works.
Hillel, I need to warn you here. You're going down a potentially dangerous path here. You said common knowledge.
Yeah.
Have you seen what we go through every week?
Okay, that's fair, I guess.
Common sense is an
That's
oxymoron.
true. Thanks for the reminder, Bo. All right. Well, shall we continue on?
Yes.
Indeed.
Look at these images to see how different frequencies create different effects to the structures of the sand. As the pitch of the tone increases, geometric patterns form and become more complex.
No.
One of the most important frequencies that you may hear of often is that of 432 hertz. Hertz refers to the number of vibrations or cycles per sound.
Or 32 doesn't
So
hurt
why is
that
this
much.
frequency
Frank!
so important?
Yes, Tornado.
It's not vibrations per sound. That's stupid. It is vibrations per second. Not vibrations per sound, vibrations per second. The sound is the vibration.
It's a great example of how much she does not know about this thing. I mean, she couldn't even get that simple fact straight.
Right.
A
And
one
also-
hertz, something that moves at a tone of 1 hertz is 1 click every second, like so. Now, if you string a bunch of clicks together in a single second, you can start discerning less and less individual clicks, and the individual clicks will actually blend together and form a tone. That is what it means when you have a frequency of 1 kilohertz. It sounds like a loud beep, but 1 octave higher, and typically it's the sound you hear on live TV when someone swears, like saying that this person is a dumb beep.
Yeah, something like that.
They usually, I do believe they typically use 800 hertz because it's less aggravating than 1 kilohertz. That's just me nerding out here.
Well, we
I've
also
heard-
had Hillel with the hand up.
No, I don't.
Oh. Well, you do.
But I do.
There we go.
My bad.
No.
You don't. There you go. All right, y'all need to stop confusing me. We have Bo with the hand up. There we go.
Yeah. Any one frequency in terms of, anything in the audible spectrum is not more important than any other frequency. It just isn't. And there is absolutely nothing special about 432. You could say that 440 hertz is somewhat special because that is C. It is the, give or take, it is the middle. Oh, crap! I can't even remember what the button is called on a piano. It's yeah, key. Sorry. Hey. I know it in Danish, but anyway, it is this, right above the keyhole, practically, if it has one. But there is nothing special about 432, you dimwit. But let's see what she claims about it.
I
Probably
like,
something stupid.
No Name in the live chat says, it hurts so good. All of the bad jokes. All right. Let's
fantastic.
continue on. See what else she has to say.
Yay.
It vibrates on the principle of golden mean phi and unifies the properties of space, time, light, gravity, matter, and magnetism with biology, DNA code, and consciousness. It has
Not
profound
even
effects.
wrong.
Yes, Tornado.
I just want to hear whatever support she has for this this claim.
I doubt there's
Okay,
any.
Sound has nothing to do with gravity. That's a non sequitur. Sound has nothing to do with, well, it does sort of have something to do with light. There is this thing called sonoluminescence, but that's another topic for another time. But typically, that specific frequency has nothing to do with anything that this person has just actually stated. Seriously, there's a word for this. It's not even wrong. Like, 2 plus 2 is 4. That's right. 2 plus 2 equals 22 is wrong. But this is on a
Gravity.
level of 2 plus zebra 2 plus, in parentheses, the zebra plus the pi root of glockenspiel over a suffusion of yellow, all multiplied by the power of quantum equals homeopathy works. That's what this is.
Duct tape.
Well, what I just heard was clear evidence for the flat Earth.
Yeah, obviously.
Basically, I'd like to sum this up by saying, everything you've just said, that's not right. That's not even wrong.
Bo, you had your hand up?
Yeah. The only connection there is in terms of radio signals, light, and sound is that it is it is a wave. I mean, there is a reason why, amateur radio operators, if they have the ultimate transmitter or the ultimate antenna, we typically say that it is capable of working on anything between DC and daylight. That, although that does exclude, X-rays, but anywho, sound, technically speaking, is the same as light, as radio waves, but they are very, very far apart. And by the way, also, as far as I remember, there is nothing that we can use to measure consciousness, as far as I know, except for he dead, he ain't dead, and they're they breathe on their own. Yeah. So, you ninny.
Well, let's continue on. See what else this lovely person has to say.
On expanding our human consciousness, as well as on the cellular level of our bodies, and is considered to be a superior tuning due to its positive effects. This is a natural frequency, and it's stated to be a pure tone of math fundamental to nature, and is mathematically consistent with the patterns of the universe.
Drink.
Yes, Tornado.
Oh boy.
No, it's not, and you're just wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and what's with the capitalization of universe? Jeez.
Yeah.
Did you know that there's nothing that actually carries a tone, because it's mostly just empty space? So that kind of means that 432 in the vacuum of space, 432 hertz in the vacuum of space is no different from 1000 hertz in the vacuum of space, or 20 kilohertz in the vacuum of space.
We get it.
Kind of. I mean, I have a transmitter that can transmit on about 136 kilohertz. It's a transmitter, but it's still also sound somewhat.
Also,
But that's not what she means here.
Something generally to keep in mind is that a frequency by itself doesn't mean anything. Exactly. You need to be talking about something that, I think, to quote Martin Brady, like frequency of what?
It could easily just be the
vibrating or oscillating with some frequency. To say
the amount of pedestrians passing you on the street, anything. Yeah.
Yeah. To say a frequency is doing something without anything else doesn't mean, because you need to talk about something that has a frequency.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
That sounded like more science.
Sorry.
How dare you?
Science is illegal here.
Yes. Alrighty. Tornado, you still had your hand up? Nope, not anymore. All right, let us continue on.
Hey, before we move on, Colin has a very good point, and especially because of the username. I wonder if she's going into the brown noise.
Yeah.
Especially with that username. Yeah. Although it doesn't exist, but yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. I wouldn't imagine. And by the way, it's claimed to be 16.7, I think, which happens to be the frequency of the beginning note of Also sprach Zarathustra if it's played on a proper church organ, or just proper organ. And it vibrates your pelvis, your whole body. It's awesome to
vibrates the pelvis.
I experienced that at a concert once. It was awesome.
You want to
The
talk about
organist
vibrating
went
everything?
full
Start
tilt.
vibrating.
You want to
What?
talk about vibrating your bones? Take drummers.
Yeah. Well, hey, I used to work in the industry of huge speakers and all that. Yeah, I know how to play with stuff.
Taiko drummers.
Anyway, moving
I like steel
on.
drums, personally, but yeah.
All right, here we go, guys.
Modern science has begun to recognize what ancient civilizations knew long ago. Everything is in a constant state of vibration. In fact, this frequency is said to be connected with everything that is, including the works of the ancients, such as in the construction of the Great Pyramid.
Citation
Everything has a range of...
needed.
Yes, tornado.
That's all I have to say about that.
Personally, I would be curious as to exactly how you encode a frequency into a structure. But what do I know? Are the pyramids vibrating?
Well, there is.
I mean, have you sat on one recently?
Look, there's actually a road in the U.S. somewhere. I can't remember where, but Tom Scott, a YouTuber, made a video about it once. They encoded a melody in the road, so you can hear it, when you drive over it. Unfortunately, they didn't take into account that most automobiles has at least 2 axles, thereby at least 2 wheels going over them.
Actually, the error in their engineering was even worse than that. They actually spaced them incorrectly, so they're actually like a half a note off.
Yeah.
Because they actually did it from the end of one to the beginning of the other instead of doing center to center. So they were all.
Oh yeah, that's a bad idea. Yeah.
Yeah. So they screwed up on the tones, so it's like out of key, and it just is a headache to everybody who runs over that road.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It's weird that they haven't fixed it. I mean, they don't have to shred the asphalt to get it fixed, though. So, but anyway. Yeah.
I prefer that to think that the pyramids are just ever so slightly gyrating.
I mean, I haven't sat on one recently, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, of course, I had a drink call.
Yes, tornado.
And my drink call was... Jordan?
Mom Nato?
Okay, I would like to know how they can prove that the pyramids were built due to a sound frequency. Citation needed. Prove it!
Hint. They can't.
Exactly.
No, I know what sound they were using to build the pyramids. I know what it was.
The crack of a whip.
Well, no, it was Bob the Builder, can we build it? Copyright infringement.
I do believe that it is still being debated how or who built the pyramids.
But it wasn't
There is
aliens.
validity.
I think the proper sounds for the pyramids being built was ow, ow, ow.
Yeah. Or om.
Yeah.
No, as far as I remember, there is a reason why you could say that no, it wasn't necessarily slaves, but I can't remember.
There is actually good good indication it was not slaves, as there was worker camps that were well kept, and there's also been writing found on the blocks that quarry numbers and such, as well as graffiti, surprisingly enough.
Yeah.
Graffiti.
Graffiti.
By the way, thanks, Microraptor. He put Tom Scott's video about that road, quaffle, in the chat there.
Well, we also had...
Wait, instead of this video, can we just have Bo just read off more weird English words like kerfuffle?
No, I don't think we can do that.
Ooh, I saw. Hang on, there's a word here from Micro. Let's see. Oh no, that was crypto.
I need to find
Vaginas.
Wait,
Thanks,
hold on.
Bo.
What kind of graffiti are we talking about?
Obviously
ancient
spray
Egyptian
paint.
graffiti. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Bo, how do you pronounce this word I just put in chat?
Hullabaloo. Why?
That was pretty close. It's just kind of funny.
What?
It sounds like a lot of hoopla.
Hoopla.
By the way,
The
Bo,
thing I don't understand,
Microraptor.
why?
Microraptor was correcting you. It's she, not he.
My bad.
Getting yelled
And
at
by
in the
the way,
side chat.
Why do I always hear you ridiculous Americans when you're talking about, a theme park in a roller coaster and you take a loop? Why do you insist on calling it a loop-de-loop? No, it's a loop, nothing else. And you
No, it's a
those
loop. You
yeah,
loop
and
and then
those
you deloop.
those icy things where you can skate around. Why do you call them ice rink with K? It doesn't make sense.
Look,
Stupid Americans.
Bo, I don't get the ice rink
I know
thing,
why.
but I do get the loop. It's pronounced loop because you loop and then you de-loop.
Exactly.
Oh
you loop
my
and then you
God.
You would have to in-loop before you de-loop then.
No, if you have two, then you can loop, de-loop, de-loop.
By the way, Bo, it's a
okay.
rink, which is a Scottish word meaning course.
Aha.
Yeah,
Well,
but
there
you're
you
not
go.
Scottish.
That doesn't
But
matter.
we steal words from
Yes,
everybody.
all the
Yeah,
time.
that's the best part about English is we just steal a bunch of words from everyone else.
Exactly.
Indiscriminately,
like
and
a kid in
incoherently,
the candy shop, like,
precisely
"Ooh, I'll
to
have
make
some of that."
Europeans frustrated.
Yeah.
Indeed.
At least you have only stolen 2 words from my country, as far as I know. Which is only 2 words.
The rest is
Oh.
unpronounceable.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
Correct.
you have to have potatoes in your mouths to pronounce them.
We also have Glober Mom who likes loop-de-loop is more fun to say. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, and,
but it makes you sound childish.
Who was the
Yeah,
one
it's
who
alright.
brought up English?
De-loop.
Well-
English stealing words.
All of us.
You know, I have the perfect quote from James Nicole about it. The problem with defending the purity of the English language is that English is about as pure as a crib house. You don't just borrow words. On occasion, English has pursued other languages down alleyways to beat them unconscious and rifle their pockets for new vocabulary.
I vote
Moving
that
on.
we should all just start speaking Cantonese instead.
Well, I think we
It's
should
much-
move on to
much more
TD
beautiful
Lane.
language.
He's had his hand up for a
I
while.
vote we all start spanking Klingon.
Yes, that
Spanking Klingon?
Klingon?
too. Don't spank
then.
the Klingons.
Speaking.
Is that the hill you're really going to die
Yes,
on,
I did.
Lane?
Yes.
It's recorded.
Spanking
Spanking
Klingons and
Klingons.
Klingons anyway.
Anywho.
I don't think
I-
Morgan wants to be spanked.
I suppose my tongue is twisted.
TD
Well, I guess it's
Lane?
better than spanking the monkey.
TD Lane?
Yeah.
Let me just put it this way. No one wants to see you spank the Klingon.
Yeah.
Oi, go
It's like
punch
punching the
for
cobra.
yourself.
All right, well, let us get back on track, shall we, a little bit here. I think we've
might be
completely derailed from the loop-de-loop. So,
Nobody
I do have my
knows.
hand up.
Nobody wants
I
to know
know,
how
I'm
messy it
working
gets
on
when
it.
you spank the Klingons instead
All
of
right,
wiping them
Bo.
off.
TD Lane, would you like to speak correctly?
Moving on.
I had to.
Well, we still have TD Lane with the hand up. You got anything else to add?
Whenever one of these videos brings up the ancients knew, all I think is ding, ding, the conspiracy alarm's going off.
Mm-hmm. All I can think of is Stargate, but
To the Idiot Mobile.
We also had RJ with the hand up.
Yeah. I was going to just restrict myself to some cheap humor by pointing out that, of course, the pyramids were made with vibrations. This is clearly shown by the giant subwoofer that was found in between the king and the queen's chamber, right next to the giant razor blade that it was sharpening. But bringing up the graffiti thing, I think you may be referring to the relieving chambers up above the king chambers, where
Yes.
there are quarry marks of stones that were discovered that demonstrate that at that point, the pyramid had reached the point where stones that were quarried in the 17th year of the reign of Khufu were being laid. So this absolutely rules out anything other than those damned Egyptians building it.
Yes, that's what I was referring to.
Aha.
Sorry for that sudden intrusion of historical detail.
I know. How dare you?
How dare you bring more science in?
Yeah.
All
And
right.
in fact, for those who are pyramid lovers, that there is vastly more known about how the pyramids were built and the archaeology of it than apparently makes it into idiot videos.
Yeah.
Moving on.
All right. Well, let us continue on then and try to get this train back on track here. Here we go.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
vain hope, vain hope.
Yeah,
on
you
going.
know, I had to put it out there. We'll try.
Give it a try.
Keep on
You had to
hoping.
put out.
Frequency, including every
Doomed to
organ
failure.
and cell in our bodies. Scientific research has shown that our cells resonate with and respond to different frequencies. When we are in resonance, or the act
Great.
of resonating and producing positive,
We only made it 10 seconds.
Come on, Tornado. I feel like we.
The only sound frequencies I know that is known to affect our bodies is infrasound. And that causes a whole bunch of weirdness.
Well,
that-
I feel like.
that
strictly
really
speaking, I
does
feel like if
not
you put a
like-
cell in front of a speaker, it'd probably jiggle a bit. But like,
I mean, any frequency of sound, from I don't know, 50 hertz and downward, if you have a powerful enough subwoofer, is very efficient at clearing your sinuses. I know from experience. It's actually quite refreshing.
I might have to try that.
Apart from that, you can't. I'm 100% sure that you do not have a subwoofer or an amplifier powerful enough. Trust me. Yeah. I used to work with PA systems. You need that kind of size
Yeah.
of speaker to do it, so no.
Can we move on?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I
think
suppose
maybe-
we can. I mean, hopefully, at least.
feeling states, we are in balance. Music based on 432 hertz creates resonance within our bodies and balances the emotional and mental state. It transmits beneficial healing energy because it's a pure tone of math fundamental to nature.
Drink.
But you may
I think we had Bo on that one.
Yeah. First of all, what type of absolute boring music would you be able to make from 432 hertz? I mean, that's just
One
rhythm.
Direction.
Yeah. It's just rhythm. It does not make sense. And
We're already into the what not make sense category here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the other nonsense she said, no. Just no. It cannot heal the body. The only way it could possibly heal... the only way it could possibly even get close to healing the body, so to speak, would be music that makes you happy. And something that causes your brain to
Baby
release
shark,
endorphins.
RJ.
Or adrenaline if you want to get jiggy with somebody, get into it. That's the only thing. Period.
Aha.
Yeah.
TD Lane, you had your hand
Yes.
up next.
I mean, as I can fall asleep to anything from Sabaton to Beatles, I don't know. I feel like music is a extremely subjective thing, and frequency doesn't really do much as far as healing the body goes. Because we're gonna need some evidence of that, not just
Documentation, please.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Don't hold your breath.
I'm not.
Oh,
I
good.
have something to add.
Yes, Tornado.
About the only music that I know that is based around that whole 432 hertz thing is a song by Spectre General called Nothing's Gonna Stand in Our Way. That's from the Transformers movie in 1986, and it does less healing, and it's more used to pump get my adrenaline pumping because it's a hard rock hit. So, sorry lady, you're just wrong.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's wrong about most of this stuff, but
Pretty much full of it.
Yeah.
I'm
What
pretty
it-
sure when she made this video, she was on weed.
What is she
Maybe
doing,
acid
Sean?
trip.
Making stuff up.
Yes, thank you.
I feel like she was on stronger stuff than weed.
Acid.
Magic mushrooms, perhaps.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's all very true. All right. I lost my place in my tabs. There we go. All right. Well, shall we continue on then?
Sure.
I
Alrighty.
guess.
You'd be surprised to know that our current musical standard is a tuning of 440 hertz. So when did this concert pitch come into effect? Most music worldwide has been tuned to 440 hertz since the International Standards Organization, or the ISO, endorsed it in 1953. There is a theory that the change from 432 hertz to 440 hertz followed the recommendations of the Nazi Party spokesman, Joseph Goebbels. in 1933.
Oh, fuck yourself.
Whoa!
Drink.
Yes,
I'm
Tornado.
gonna go see if that's actually true. Give me a minute.
Yes,
If
Tornado.
I can just speak for everyone here for a moment. I think I can say, just evidence or GTFO, quite frankly.
Yeah. Well, Tornado had the first drink call on that one, so we'll go to him first.
Well, congratulations! You just effectively brought the Nazis into into a subject which had nothing to do with the Nazis. You used them to justify your point. Therefore, you've invoked Godwin's law. Therefore, you have lost your argument by default, and we can end the video right here. Anything
that's
else
good. We
that
don't need
comes
to watch
after
anymore
this
now.
video is going to be useless because this person has already ruined their point by.
I'm pretty sure it was already useless.
Yeah.
Bo.
Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say there is only one reason why musicians across the world decided to agree on one standard, or one one frequency, in other words, 440 hertz, and that is to make sure that whichever musician goes to whichever orchestra and plays music, they know to which they should tune their instruments to. And that's about it. And by the way, I don't even think this person would be able to hear the difference between 432 hertz and 440 hertz. Of course, if you play them, up against each other, or, sequentially right after each other, you would be able to guess which one is the lower. But let's say, put a minute between them, you would not be able to hear the difference. They are so close to each other. It's just, there is no Nazi blah, 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 Illuminati nonsense going on there.
Yeah.
It's
By
just
the way,
ridiculous.
TD Lane, did you find anything?
As far as it goes, it's pretty mundane. Basically, there was a bit of a kerfuffle back during the 19th century about where to use 432 or 440, and the American Standards Association was already recommending 440 in 36, long before 55.
Yeah.
So for once, the Americans did something good before others.
So you're saying that it actually has nothing to do with the Nazis?
Probably not.
I'm shocked. Shocked to hear that.
Shocker.
That means this woman was. What was it, Sean?
Punching the cobra.
Yeah.
And
Gee, Sean, your voice got awfully high pitched.
Yeah.
I was busy punching the cobra.
Oh, that's
kids.
true.
Yeah.
Jen, hello, Jenny.
So- Hi, I'm sorry I'm late. I just made bail.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Ah, damn it. We got to get you out sooner next time.
Is
Sorry
that a bail
about
of
that.
hay?
Yes.
Okay. That can take a long time because, persuading all those little pieces of wheat and crap and to just come together, it's worse than herding cats.
It's
Well,
like
if you
finding a
use the- if you
needle
use
in a
the right
haystack.
frequency.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Did you use the Nazi frequency or
Yeah.
The other one.
I used
Jeez.
that other one, the one that you can shoot at a whole crowd of people and it'll make them poop.
Is that the one that takes the D
okay.
batteries?
Yes, it is.
All right, good. Just making sure. All right. Well, you didn't miss a whole lot. We've had plenty of stupid and some.
Yeah, even if you'd come in later, you still wouldn't have missed a whole
Yeah,
lot.
no, definitely not. Nothing worthwhile at least. But we're glad you're here. So with that, shall we continue on?
I guess.
Yeah, I suppose we'll have to.
All right.
9.
I have found snackage.
According to this theory, there was an organized effort to change concert pitch to 440 Hz at the start of the last century to codify an old world new order of central pitch. This was set into motion in order to increase anxiety levels in individuals, causing them to think and feel in specific
I would love
dear.
to find some actual
Citations?
Written claim or so-called theory about this.
The ye old documentation.
Tornado, I think you had that one first.
Damn.
I can sum this up in 3 words, and this is a shout out to Crocker Squirrel. It's a conspiracy!
And TD Lane.
I have one thing to say. The R there wasn't a standard pitch before, so composers just used whatever they wanted. 'Cause, you know, they can. And really, any musician can continue to use whatever they want. It's just a standard.
That's what I was gonna say.
and-
Is like I don't understand. Like people can make concert pitch whatever they want. That doesn't stop you from playing other notes.
Right.
Yeah,
I would say that you have to be careful because you need to use a common standard frequency that doesn't mess up the tuning of different instruments. And I'm not making fun here. You have to make all the instruments be able to play something that harmonizes without them having to intonate while they play, which is kind of difficult and energy consuming, especially for brass music.
To sing in perfect harmony.
but it's one of those things where there were arguments about this going back to the 19th century. It's not a new thing.
It may have had something to do as well with recording technology that came along where they wanted to standardize stuff for that purpose. There could be a bunch of different factors, or radio broadcasts for that matter.
Anyway, that's all I have to say.
If anyone
I'll be right
finds
back
out
anyways.
some important skivvy, or perhaps how it has something to do with Atlantis and space aliens, let us know.
I'm more concerned. I'm more confused about how making concert pitch be a particular note, which I'm pretty sure it's A. I'm confused how that makes people more anxious.
Well, I can tell you, if they listen to Charles Ives after a while, they will be anxious.
Yeah. We also had Jenny with the hand up.
I apologize seriously for being late, but I need to understand what's the topic of this.
Oh, that's what we're trying to
If you
figure
want
out.
to understand,
There's
you're on the wrong
vibrations
stream.
behind everything.
There's vibrations behind everything. I see. And so right now we're talking about a concert pitch.
Yeah, it had something to do with the building of the pyramids and DNA, and now that the Nazis were forcing people to use a particular harmonic pitch, and then there's also some stuff about Hertz, not the rental car agency, and that's pretty much where we are. That's brought you up to speed, and we're still way behind the entry gate.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
and the idea of 132 hertz is the makeup of everything,
Yes.
supposedly.
Yes,
The secrets of everything, and we've
You
seen
nailed
a bunch
that.
of pictures.
You nailed that summary.
I thought that was 42 hertz.
Yeah. Well, see, now this is where we're getting into a schismatic problem here, because if we can't somehow get that converted over to 42, then this is not going to be very valuable, I don't think.
And earlier, you had mentioned something about skivvy. Aren't skivvies your underwear?
Yes.
Where do you think you keep the punched cobra?
That's true.
I don't
See, everything connects up together, which is more than we can say about this video.
I don't punch
I thought you
cobras personally.
transported cobras. Yeah, I thought you were supposed to transport cobras in pillowcases. Pillow casings.
All right. Well, let us
by the way, I
continue
think
on.
I
Well,
found-
I've delayed us for a while.
Yeah.
I think I found the article that this no, I shouldn't use that word. Dumbass has gotten this idea from. I think I'll put it in the Twitter thing.
Alrighty. Well, let's continue on.
Ways,
Damn it.
making them a prisoner of a consciousness that breeds disharmony. It's also alleged that the Rockefeller Foundation
Oops. I know it's
United
better
States
that way.
adopted the 440 hertz standard as a part of a war on consciousness, causing more emotional distress and in turn
Because
more
reasons.
physical illness and hardship. Whether these theories are true,
Yes, tornado.
It's not a theory, by the way.
It's
Could-
A. It's
Could
not.
could
not
somebody here generate 440 hertz and so we can hear it?
Yeah, sure. I have it right here. This is 440 hertz.
Boy, that sure is disturbing.
That hurt.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
lovely to hear.
And 432 hertz. It's way
Stop
it's
it.
very far away,
Stop
isn't it?
You're driving Sean nuts.
Did you hear how different they were, those two tones?
Oh, yeah.
I'm a musician. I can hear it. Stop it.
Do you
Yes,
want me to
but you're
bring it up
moist.
Yes.
to,
Oh, just
13
ever so-
kilohertz instead?
It's like a normal C, but it's ever so slightly flat.
Oh, and oh my God! It grinds like a chalkboard to me.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, I can make it worse for you. This is what I have in my ears constantly, day in, day out. Don't know if my phone can replicate it though.
Yeah, we hear it. Thanks. Now that we're all
Yeah,
all gonna
that's
come
what
over
I
there
have
and
in my
beat you.
ears constantly.
It's kind of making my skin turn to like lizard skin.
Yeah, right.
Oh, there's a joke in there, but we'll leave it there.
Bo, don't you ever do that again.
I didn't hear it, so
Well, that's because you're. Never mind.
it's not because I'm deaf.
Jinzu says,
I had a
Sean's
music
moist.
playing
Oh
behind
my. All right.
Just to point this out, I hear my voice all the time. I'm always moist.
Yeah, that's true.
Me too.
Sean, you really need to dry your hair better.
Me too.
He can.
Jeez.
His hair becomes moist every time he says something.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. It's ridiculous.
All right,
I
we're
mean,
gonna move on. All right, here we go.
or not, one thing is certain. The frequency that music is tuned to has a profound effect on us. This is not just a
Sure.
spiritual concept, it's mathematically and scientifically proven. And because most of us
Citation.
Yes, Jen.
How can she keep saying that music is tuned to this when there's like a whole bunch of different notes?
Because of waffles.
I think music hath powers to soothe the savage beast.
Oh, I would
Yeah,
actually
just
agree,
not
I would
440.
agree with that. I've seen those videos where people go out and play violin for cows and stuff. But that just seems like an incredibly stupid statement that music is tuned to this frequency. No.
Yeah. And I can't remember if you came in before or after she claimed that music that has been made, around 440 hertz, I think she said, makes people anxious somehow. I think she said.
Well,
Yes.
there are
Something stupid like
frequencies that will affect people's mood.
Yeah, but how can you make music with 440 hertz or 432 hertz or 800 hertz? You can't. You can make rhythm. You can't make music around
You
it.
can make a tone.
Yeah, exactly. She's pulling shit out her ass. That's what she's done.
And then that can get us into religion if we want to discuss the atonement.
Oh,
RJ.
Somebody slap him in the back of his neck.
Lost speaking privileges.
Yeah. Tornado, you had your hand up?
Yeah, my whole comment on the music tuning thing is something else entirely, because, as one person said, there's a whole bunch of notes. There's also a whole bunch of key signatures, so not all music is tuned to 440 hertz. Never mind the fact that tones do not increase anxiety unless they're infrasound, or very close to outside the range of human hearing, as Bo Hobo has just demonstrated, and please don't ever do that again.
So you don't think that me, throwing that tone at you for like, I don't know, 5 minutes won't make you anxious?
It should make you anxious because I'm going to come over there and smack you.
Because that tone is not so much increasing anxiety as it is hurting my ears.
Driving me nuts.
And it'll make you go nuts, trust me.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, now, would that because of the frequency or the volume?
Just the constant presence.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or even worse, what I have to endure sometimes, if I get subjected to a sudden loud noise, I get a second tone, and it's very close to that 13.7 kilohertz. So I have that. So yeah, so I get a pulsating noise that I just cannot ignore. You know, it's like somebody tuning a guitar, making the two strings match. That's yeah.
Yeah, that would be the second bang phenomena that you can hear if you drive on the road with two cars that aren't perfectly well muffled, and they're both 4-cylinder engines. You get a second bang phenomena where it'll be and you'll get a resonance between the two cars. That's actually audible.
I've never come across that.
Hey, Bo, I just want to point out, I thought the last couple weeks it was just my headphones, but apparently your sound goes from left ear to right ear, back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
really?
glad
That's kind of odd because I'm using,
Jess,
even though I am using a stereo mixer, but I'm using a mono input.
I thought for sure it was...
With what frequency does this happen? Your chance is it 132?
It might be. I thought it was just my headphones, but apparently come to find out it's everybody. I thought maybe the cats just messed up my headphones.
I mean, I don't have my effects send turned up, so...
I think Bo should try...
no, but it does happen.
Try switching to a healing frequency to heal.
I think it's I think he's in the anxious frequency.
Yeah, let's get that Schumann. What is it? Schumann frequency going, or whatever it's called. Nah.
Well, I'm glad to know it's not just me.
I'm literally using professional equipment, so I doubt that it is my equipment.
Yeah, it's something on your end.
Not to boast, but it is most likely not that.
Yeah, it's something on your end, because it's only you.
Yeah.
Hey, my end is... No, wait, that's not what I meant. Yeah.
None of this is related to the I don't know if I should call it a science, but the known quantity of information that a place like Muzak has that knows that songs played at a certain tempo have a calming influence on people, and that's why they choose to use it that way in elevators and that sort of thing. That it does calm people. It changes their mood and anxiety levels.
Absolutely.
That's a well-known phenomenon.
Yeah, and also you can use certain types of music to energize people, so to speak. You know, to make them become more active.
Or certain high frequencies that only young people can hear that drive them nuts in front of shops where they want to get rid of them.
Oh yeah, they do that all over the world, I think. Well, they don't do that in Denmark anymore.
Well, actually, when those, I suppose analog is not quite the right, but those older-fashioned televisions. Whenever I'm near one of those, I hear this very high-pitched kind of shrieking noise, which I
that was from flyback transformers.
I hated those.
I can still hear that off of a flat screen TV.
Yeah, but with the flyback transformers, there is a way to get rid of it if you're lucky. If the spools, the copper windings, if they are exposed, you can actually get rid of it, but it is kind of dangerous doing it. When it's done, it's not dangerous, but doing it is kind of,
We apologize to our audience for intruding some actual scientific knowledge into the stupid.
Exactly.
You use hairspray to beep.
You mean the movie?
Beep with the beep, so you don't have that noise anymore.
Where does the danger come in? You're working around a CRT that hasn't been discharged.
Yeah, zap. Yeah, not fun.
The
I haven't
original
tried it myself.
taser.
I haven't tried it myself, but I have been close to somebody who did it, and he got hurt. And I also got hurt, but that was my ears. Not just because he screamed like a squealing pig, but the noise it made.
Yeah.
I love showing that to amateurs. Here, take the screwdriver, connect that wire up to the bench, put it under that suction cup.
But hey, I can replicate that noise though, because I have one of those those fly swatters that look like tennis rackets. And I have I've made some quote slight unquote modifications to it. For example, I have removed the resistor that's there to discharge the main capacitors when you turn it off. And I've also done other things, so it makes one hell of a bang when I vaporize a fly.
Oh, you can get those things for like $5 here in America.
Yeah.
At Harbor
cheap.
Freight. And I buy them and give away as gifts all the time.
They're really cheap, and they get way more effective if you do that. And just cut off the bleed resistor on the output. It's just way more effective. Although you don't want to have kids play with it in that case.
Yeah.
Although they're so gratifying to use on mosquitoes to watch those damn things explode.
Yeah.
It's just,
but the
gratifying.
stench. Yeah, but if you use them against moths, don't keep the button depressed for too long, because that smell of burnt hair is.
Well, you have to give some insects a fairly long dose. Hornets and wasps are well known for needing large charges of.
Yeah, well, for me, before I made my modifications, I couldn't kill moths with that racket thing. But after, oh yeah, I didn't have to keep it in for a long time. I just had to charge it up and so go.
Oh, yeah. They're fun, TD.
Yeah. Now I have a high voltage probe, and I've gotten it up to around 2.5 kilovolts. Although only 30 nanofarads, which isn't much at all, but it's more than enough.
All right. Well, I think we should continue on.
Oh, damn it.
I suppose so.
Yeah. I think we've delayed long enough. All right. One Winged Sparrow says, so we're not going to address that this guy is clearly punching the cobra.
And he's really enjoying it.
Yeah. Nope. We're not going to address that.
He's just about done.
Yeah, just about.
Nice to know that somebody's enjoying themselves in this video.
All right, here we go, guys.
Talking about wasps and stuff.
I turned it down.
To our you did mute him, so.
It's a great idea to deliberately use specific frequencies as often as possible. In using 432 Hz intentionally, the structure of our atoms and DNA start to resonate in harmony with the phi spiral of nature.
Drink.
No, wait, I want to hear what
Referring back to the plate experiments, here are the differences that these two frequencies make when used. The 432 Hz seems to show a much cleaner and more organized structure.
Drink.
Many people have described
what?
similar perceptions over their
No, stop.
Drink. Could you step that video back so we can see those two plates?
there, Bo. See if you could kill in the internal chat. See if you could kill one of those with your fly swatter.
Yeah. Guess what happens if we have those two plates, the amplifier going at the two respective frequencies. Guess what happens if you, take a buzzsaw or something and cut into those plates, cut a corner off or make it, change the size of it. Guess what happens?
What?
The pattern changes. I wonder why. Or you increase the mass of it. If those are metal plates, stick some magnets to it in order to increase its mass. Guess what happens? The pattern changes. So yeah, drink.
Yeah.
Just not the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Obviously, the particulars of the pattern that's formed here is going to be based on exactly how you're delivering the sound into the plate. Not to mention the fact of what the actual resonance of the plate itself is, like how big it is and what the material is. Like if you use something a metal with a slightly different density or a slightly different size, you would get a totally different pattern.
Yeah, and also, I mean, the plate on the left there, it could literally just the reason why it's let's just call it out of focus to make things simple. The lines. It could just simply be because the tone has not been, the plate hasn't been vibrating for long enough for the sand or I don't know, salt crystals or whatever it is that they're using to move in. What would you call them?
It was also we also just kind of have to take her word for it that these plates actually do represent those particular frequencies that have had time to make all the salt settle into where exactly they want to be.
You're not telling me that she might not be entirely accurate in her presentation?
Oh,
No. Never.
And I have no problem accepting that those two plates are literally being subjected to 432 and 440 hertz respectively. I have no problem with that. That's fine, but yeah, no, she's still talking out her ass.
And
Could also be that the reason why it's out of focus is because the volume isn't up high enough.
No, I couldn't. Except for the lower the volume, the longer it takes for the medium that you're using to move into position, so to speak.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
but a specific shape is going to react to a certain resonant frequency, regardless of the volume. Okay, let me explain this. So back in my car racing days, we had this one particular engine setup, a fuel injected engine, and it was back in the 70s, and it had these large aluminum air plenum tubes that went from top to bottom, and they were curved, kind of C-shaped. And each one of them, there was 4 of them on each car. They were all cast out of aluminum, and each one had a different shape. Although they were the same generalized shape, they had the same start point, end point, the same internal length, internal volume. Their actual shape to get from point A to point B varied a little bit for engine clearance issues. There was the number 4 tube would always crack when the car experienced an extended period of time at a certain RPM. Okay, it took quite a while of testing to figure out exactly what that RPM was and that sort of thing, and it ultimately didn't really matter. To fix it, we found that merely welding on a piece of aluminum about 4 inches long and about 1 inch deep, kind of a tab onto the side of it, changed the resonance of it so much that it no longer would crack. But that cracking would occur if we to do the testing. Okay, and we wanted to get the testing done. We didn't want to have to bring in car after car after car after car. We took a bunch of these pipes and we made a fixture and bolted them up so that they all had the same kind of tension as they would have in the original engine installation. shoved a bunch of them in a car at the same time and went to see which ones would crack and which ones wouldn't crack. And we found that no matter where they were located, as far as the closeness to the vibration, they would still crack. And it didn't have to do with volume; it had to do with the frequency.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was mistaken then.
Yeah. And also, you could have two plates that have the exact same weight or mass, the exact same dimensions, but they could still act differently. If the mass isn't uniform, if, for example, it's more dense at the edges than at the center, for example, it would also change the patterns. So there are so many factors to this that, yeah, just no, just no. Yeah, no.
This doesn't strike me as something that's very good for scientific testing.
Yeah.
On this like specific scale of what frequency is best.
Yeah, although this experiment here is a good science experiment for a school. It's simple, it's easy to make one of those plates.
Also,
So,
I think something interesting is like this is actually the best evidence of her claim, and the only evidence that she's supported so far is that these two pictures, like, oh, the right one, that looks a bit nicer. So obviously that frequency is better
Nicer.
for whatever.
Yeah. Clean frequency and dirty frequency. Mm-hmm.
What if the less orderly frequency is actually better for your body?
Impossible.
It's impossible because it's dirty. Yeah.
Well, I think we should probably continue on now that we've delayed significantly.
Yeah, when are we going to bring the Beach Boys in? Because they've got good vibrations.
Oh,
careful, Bo. Bo, be careful with that. We don't want a copyright strike.
Yeah.
That's right. That's why I didn't sing it.
hey,
dear.
if we sing it, it's transformative, so...
I think it'd be transformative and not necessarily in a good way if we start singing.
No, definitely not. Nobody would want to copyright claim that.
Yeah. Woo! It could violate the Geneva Convention.
The Beach Boys would be brave to copyright.
Look, all I'm saying is, in order to copyright, they need to be identifying that what you're doing is actually singing.
That's true.
That's true. That could be a tough stretch.
Thanks a lot, asshole.
No problem.
Mr. Asshole, let's keep it polite.
Yes. All right, let us continue on.
Everybody has one. Well, except women, or so I hear.
Yes, we don't.
They don't fart.
At all.
No, we
Women
don't have
fart.
time to unpack all that.
All right, here we go, guys.
Okay, we delayed it, I guess, too much.
It's cleaner
And
and
we
more
do
organized
cat.
structure. Many people have described similar perceptions over their individual experience of 432 and 440. But some who are not able to distinguish the 8 Hz difference claim that they feel 432 Hz as a warmer, richer, fuller experience that just feels better to them because of the longer wavelength.
Is it moist?
And there are videos on
What?
YouTube where you can hear the differences in specific music tuned to 432 or 440. It should also
would
be
have to
noted
be
that
a
extremely
virtuoso
agitated
to be able
individuals
to
have
hear
been
the
observed
difference.
physically relaxing their breath and their bodies at the instant 432 Hz is presented to them. So what's the actual shape of 432 Hz? John Stewart
Is it
Reed, the
yellow?
co-designer of the
Here we go.
Simoscope, which is an accurate device that measures acoustic vibrations, states it
Yeah,
like
but
this.
it could be sinusoidal.
432
it could be
Hz
sawtooth,
pops
it
out as
could
a
be
triangle
square wave,
every time we
I mean,
image it. We
Drink.
thought there was something
Drink.
wrong with the Simoscope, but
What the hell? Oh my.
Yes, tornado.
432 is a sine wave, or a triangle wave, or a sawtooth wave, depending on the structure of it, like Bo Hobo said. But it is never an actual triangle.
That doesn't,
Ever.
Well,
that
that's
doesn't-
true.
I mean, it doesn't mean anything to say a frequency is a shape other than something that happens periodically. I mean, you could you have a square wave or a triangle wave or like a sine wave or whatever. It's just some kind of periodic function.
Also,
To say a frequency is a geometric figure doesn't make sense.
Also, I have to comment on the use of the I have to make I have to make a comment on use of the White Stripes Seven Nation Army in that brief clip that they used. All they needed was a drummer and a guy playing guitar, and the White Stripes could, sue him for copyright.
Now, I just have to advertise my street cred here in nerd terms. I have 2 oscilloscopes. I can literally use my oscilloscope to use sound to create shapes on my oscilloscopes. I can create animations. Now, when you listen to that, and it's actually sound I'm using, audible sound. If I listen to that sound, that audio, it doesn't sound anything like a tone. That's the only way you can even claim that sound has a shape.
Well, personally, whenever I think of 432 hertz, the shape I think of is a square. So so there. Now we can argue all day long about like what shape is better. The point is, like, it's completely subjective and meaningless.
Yeah.
It depends on what you need it for.
Well, doesn't that shape that you see on your screen also depend on your the nature of your sample? How you are acquiring your sample, I should say.
If you're using like a big net.
I can't even remember how.
Sit back, RJ. This is technical stuff.
Thankfully, to the benefit of the audience, I don't remember how exactly that stuff works, and it is it's deep. There's a lot of science going into it.
The sort of thing she's talking about, though, is like not even technical. She's saying, oh yeah, when people think of this frequency, they just for some reason like triangle comes to mind. It's not anything technical to do with like looking at a screen or things like, oh yeah, when I think about this frequency, I mean obviously it's a triangle. Just
nobody does a rhomboid.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, this cymoscope that is in the text there, I just found some text here. So just so we know, when we start playing the video again. Cymatics is the science of sound made visible. It is based on the principle that when sound encounters a membrane, such as your skin or the surface of water, and here it comes, it imprints an invisible pattern of energy. In other words, the periodic vibrations in the sound sample are converted and become periodic water ripples, creating beautiful geometric patterns that reveal the ones. Blah, blah. Oh, shut up! It is converted into heat. Done. Jeez. Okay. Yeah.
Well,
Rant
anyway,
over.
we have Hillel. You still have your hand up?
It was just someone I put a chat. So obviously, when I hear 440 hertz, the shape I think of is, of course, the gyro elongated square bipyramid.
Well, when I hear like say 442 hertz, I think of a Eldritch Abomination sphere. It's incomprehensible to all human
kind of
minds.
Lovecraftian horror.
El Cthulhu.
Oh
Cthulhu
dear.
Fatagan.
Praise be.
And RJ, you had your hand up?
Yeah, I just wanted to get from Jenny a technical estimation here. Now, if I go up to a stop, a yield right of way, or a left turn sign and start making rhythmic gestures, does that qualify as a sine wave?
What would you be striking those or exciting
Define
them with,
rhythmic
say,
gestures.
Well, yeah,
exciting
it
them with,
depends on
say,
how many splitters there are, like whether the post is wood or metal. That might be a matter of judgment. And I suspect right now you're thinking of making some very precise rhythmic gestures at me.
Indeed.
Would you be making the sound by striking them or using like the bow from a violin, like they do with when they play the saws and
Oh,
stuff?
I was thinking of using a crumb horn.
Crumhorn. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. I mean, what else would you use? I mean, really.
A loot?
If you're really pesky about it, you might try a sham.
I usually reserve my
before she nods. Before
my-
she nods off, I'm sorry to interrupt here, but Mom NATO, sleep well. See ya.
Yeah, don't
night,
let
Mom NATO.
anything bad happen. Be careful
Night, Mom
and
NATO.
prepare for the world next. Okay.
Yeah,
Good
don't
night,
let the Masonic Nazi tone hurt you.
Yes, disturb your sleep there. Yeah, just keep that. Put on the
Didn't
ear
mean
muff.
to interrupt you. I just wanted to do that.
We'll try to make sure. Oh dear. We'll try to make sure Tornado doesn't wake you.
Yeah. No guarantees. All right. Well, Hillel and RJ, you still had your hands up.
Oh, I lowered mine.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Yep.
Now I guess what that means we have to resume the video.
It does. You are correct. Let us get on with the stupid.
Yeah.
After trying for more than an hour, we concluded that the number 3 was somehow universally connected to 432 hertz.
It
We
has
captured
a
it on video also, and
Okay.
it looks like it's alive. It writhes and pulsates and refuses to take up any other form.
Yeah.
Pause.
I bet a
What
lot of
is
things
that
writhe
word?
and pulsate for him.
Yeah. What does that word mean? Writhe.
Wiggle.
Wiggle. Okay.
Yeah, your
Hadn't seen that word
frequencies and your yellow, when your yellow triangles really start writhing, then I think you need to seek medical attention.
Yeah. Tornado.
Yeah, it's not possible for sound waves to writhe around in agony.
Well,
They're waves.
I mean, you could technically say a vibration is a kind of writhing. It's a
Not all
rhythmic writhing.
and not all writhing is bad.
It's true.
No, I mean gyration. You know. Yeah. Yeah.
Is this how physicists flirt with each other? It's like, hey, baby, you got a nice oscillator.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's the physicist version of
Would you like to see me
hardcore
integrate a
porn.
hyperbole?
Oh my god. All right. TD Lane.
Yeah, this video's making my brain writhe in agony.
Melt.
Yes.
Is writhing
Still
like
have yellow
Brain?
triangles are
Suicide.
running for the doors.
is writhing like wriggling?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
See whether or not they can gyrate, whether they can.
The only thing I could
undulate,
think of
whether
was
they
it
can-
wriggled
can
and
sort
jiggled
of-
and tickled inside her. I don't know if anybody knows the reference.
I'd love. Oh man, I'd love to parameterize her curves.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Anyway, shall we continue on?
Yeah, let's
Sure.
find out what.
Yes,
is there gonna be,
please.
are we gonna get any science?
No, absolutely not.
Damn.
Nikola Tesla stated,
Oh, of
the
course. there we
brain
go,
and
had
the
to
Earth
bring in
itself
Tesla.
work on the same
Oh, yay,
frequencies.
Tesla.
If we can control that resonant system electronically, we can directly control the entire mental system of humankind.
Oh.
Yeah, but he was
gosh.
kind of
Interestingly
mental
enough,
himself. So
The application of certain frequencies by frequency
Oh,
generating
pretty
devices
colors.
can enhance cellular resonance and cellular metabolic and electrical functions. And it has been discovered
Okay.
that healthy tissues have more structured water than unhealthy tissues. Clinicians who recognize this fact have found that certain types of music, frequency generators, and chanting can improve water structuring in the tissues and health when they are correctly utilized.
okay, sure.
In fact,
not
pulsed
this frequency
electromagnetic field
generator, but
therapy,
that
or
one. Okay, yeah.
PEMF,
Yep.
has become a popular method of treatment for many physical ailments.
Really?
So, what is PEMF? This is a process that involves directing powerful
EMF.
pulsed energy waves towards damaged or injured
Cute
areas of a
graphic, but
patient's
what
body.
the hell are we looking at?
Although rarely talked about mainstream,
Probably
NASA
because it's
recognizes
not
this type
true.
of therapy as well. In a
Pause.
NASA paper entitled
Yes, Bo.
I may, of course, be wrong, as I often am. However, I do believe that there is actually some truth to this.
Oh.
Yeah, weird, huh? If you have, let's say you have, some kidney stones that won't pass, you can be put on a special type of waterbed, and they can, by using very strong water jets,
possible.
shatter
Or paint shaker.
No.
shatter
Well-
kidney stones. Now
Well, you got
this
the
is
concept.
just
You got the concept wrong, Bo.
Well,
what they
not
do is
really,
they put you in a tank of water for conductivity of the sound wave, and through tuning in various sound waves, they shatter whatever kidney stone you got going.
Yeah, but I was talking about the way of doing it with water, just not
Right.
and not sound.
No,
I
no.
wasn't even thinking about ultrasound.
It's not it's not ultrasound, but that's how the kidney stone work with a tank of water operates. Is that the tank of water is for the conductivity of the sound wave from where it's generated to, get you in the kidney, so to speak.
But would I be correct in assuming that it is not a sinusoidal tone? It's a pulse of a certain pattern that has been optimized for maximum shatter effect or whatever.
Probably.
And they can't. I mean, they can generalize the direction of it, but they can't pinpoint it, in a 3D space. But I do believe they are working on using EM emitters, as in radio waves in this case, to to manipulate certain areas of the brain, though. I can't I can't remember what it was. Alzheimer's patients they were using them for.
To me, that's interesting because obviously radio is very uninteracting with, at least with stuff like, because it's very, very long wavelength. So it's stuff like water, especially. I know it just pretty much just passes right through. So I don't know. But it's also very low energy as well comparatively. But what do I know?
And non-ionizing too. Then again, that
RJ,
doesn't
quickly,
matter to
RJ. I require the wubs. RJ.
We lost RJ.
I think we killed him.
Yep, that's it.
Oh dear.
You bastards!
That's my line.
Who?
We straight up. Yep, we lost. RJ's here. He's just quiet.
Oh, that's different.
How is Jackson going to finish the Rockster there by himself?
I'm not familiar with RJ
he's
being
just finishing
quiet.
up some work with a Cobra.
Yeah, that's
RJ
true.
being quiet is unprecedented.
Right? All right. Well, shall we continue on?
Sure.
Indeed.
All right.
Physiological and molecular electromagnetic fields on human neuron cells. Written by Thomas J. Goodwin, PhD, he states in his conclusion, as is clearly demonstrated in the human body, the bioelectric biochemical process of electrical nerve stimulation is a documented reality. The present investigation demonstrates that a similar phenomenon can be potentiated in a synthetic atmosphere. One may use this electrical potentiation for a number of purposes, including developing tissues for transplantation, repairing traumatized tissues, and moderating some neurodegenerative diseases and perhaps controlling the degeneration of tissue. There's a link to this article in the description of the video if you would like to read it in its entirety.
My God.
Frequency has a hidden power to affect our thoughts and our minds, as well as our
If somebody-
bodies and ultimately our
If somebody
society.
in the chat would like to go track down this video, if Sai perhaps could put the link into the video in the chat.
I'd
Yeah, I
be
don't
curious
have
if
the
this was
link.
an actual published paper, and if so, like, first of all, I'd also be curious to see if 432 shows up in there anywhere,
Yeah.
because that's kind of the
Well,
whole crux of their argument.
I
That's-
would like somebody, if they can, to track down this video and the paper that they're citing here and put it in the chat, please. So
That's
me and RJ can look into it.
That's the difficult thing about discussing this particular topic, is that there is a large body of very, very legitimate research about the effects of sound waves and that sort of thing on the human body, on human tissues,
Right.
on human behavior, and it presents some very legitimate, proven facts. But they're using those facts then to conflate it into their mystery cult of information, and making claims that don't apply to the studies. But there are very interesting things that happen with sonic. Do you know that some of your clothes are sewn with sonic energy? That you can actually attach different materials to each other just through sound, and they bond permanently.
Rude.
There's a lot of very fascinating things that can happen. So that's what I've seen what's going on in this video, is that they're taking a lot of legitimate information and just conflating it to their own design.
Huh.
Sorry, I apologize.
No, I'm just
Thank
trying
you.
to look.
Shaded
I
yourself
don't.
by
I
trying
see
to
Actually,
the-
bring reality in.
the link.
RJ,
I don't.
you're
I don't
back.
see the citation in the description.
RJ, what happened?
What? I went to get ice cream.
Oh.
Okay.
Mint
Yeah,
chip.
you missed the person actually provided a source.
Right.
Oh,
But
I came
don't
in for that. Yes, that.
I don't see it though.
In the chat here, if anybody gets the link to it, pop it in there because
I
I'm
did.
curious to
Yes.
see.
I popped it in the
Also,
live chat, but hold on, I'll pop it
RJ,
in the
I was asking you to make the wub noises.
other. All right.
It's nice to know I have a skill.
So this is the link to this video on YouTube. However, I don't see in the description the link that she's referencing.
Oh, they
for
mean
her.
they lied?
I don't see it. I mean, but there's also a lot of links to, meditation and other shit. So
But what about a pinned comment?
Well, theoretically, you could go back and actually transcribe that because she supposedly gave the title of the article in there.
Yes, anybody dedicated enough in chat, please go help the old, quote unquote, old people on movie night.
Hey,
Who are you calling old?
Jenny, what you were talking about earlier. Oh crap! I did that, brain fart thing. Damn it!
Oh dear.
What
Stop eating
were
brain
you?
Mexican food.
What did you mention earlier? Just before.
Sonic sewing.
Oh yeah, that's that part. Yeah, most of you have a power supply, for example, for a laptop or something like that. They have been using ultrasound to weld the seams, the clamshells together for decades now. It's really simple. Yeah, you don't use any glue or anything. You're literally vibrating the two halves of a casing so quickly and violently that they heat up and melt. It has been used for decades. It's really efficient, although you don't want to be in the room where that is taking place if you're young enough. It gets somewhat loud.
Interesting.
But
it's like the volume that you hear during an MRI. If anybody's ever had an MRI, they've heard that loud, very loud thumping that the machine makes just by creating magnetic energy.
Yes, absolutely.
And it sucks. Yeah. At least it's not high pitched.
That's true. It's pretty bad though. They give you earplugs, but it's still pretty bad.
Yep.
All right. TD Lane is officially fired.
And?
Yeah. He said he said cookies and cream is the best ice cream.
But it is.
Oh no, that's completely
fake news.
incorrect.
Come on, pistachio. Hello.
No,
Pistachio is.
it is mint chip.
Strawberry,
But I don't like
strawberry cheesecake.
No.
And if you're
They cannot
really
stand mint.
and if you're a freak, licorice.
Ugh. No.
Yeah,
I'm
I
anxious
know.
to
Yeah.
get back to the video.
Licorice.
We
is
shall
the
get there
best
momentarily.
Evidence of Satan.
Yeah.
Unless you want to tease your little sister, just licorice alone, because it used to be made by using horse blood, and if you have a sister that loves horses, yeah, it's fun to tease her then.
Oh my goodness. I have a feeling that you've used that one, Bo.
Nah, never.
All right. Let us continue on. We're almost through.
Yay!
We have 56 seconds left.
Wow.
As a whole. When our music is based upon a tuning standard of our choosing, we can resonate with the Earth's frequency and attune ourselves to a consciousness that aligns with a positive life. Sound is more than just vibratory signals. It interacts
to
with
the
life
pretty
and helps to shape
pictures.
it and sustain it. It acts as a conduit of conscious intent between people, societies, and entire civilizations.
Yeah,
We are
and
all
remember,
energy
Nikola Tesla
bounded
could
by
never be
frequency.
wrong.
Never.
If you would like to
totally
attune
wasn't
yourself to the
completely
432 hertz frequency,
insane.
I have created an hour-long musical track and put it to a video, and I'll place a link in the description. You can use this track
She
to go to
is
sleep
correct
to,
when
or
she
you can run
says
it in the background during your daily
music or
activities.
sound can be used to convey messages or emotions. I mean, that's what we
Yeah.
have.
Wait,
God, law
are you
of
saying that?
attraction.
Wait, Bo. Are you saying that people
Drink.
can communicate through sounds?
Oh, good.
I
We
don't-
got
I don't-
even
Yeah,
number
that
of
too.
drinks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I cannot believe that.
Ooh, her channel is a blue circle and her website is a pink square. Wow.
And
But is
apparently
it a
there's no
flat
more law of
circle?
attraction videos.
Just so you
You
know,
gotta charge extra for the yellow vibrating triangle.
That's true.
I also see something called the law of attraction videos.
Yeah.
She is swallowing Jordan, hook, line, and sinker.
Ew. Hey, how do you know that? Never mind. I don't know. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Punching a cobra.
Anyway,
Ooh, there's a thing on Nikola Tesla and his inventions for vibrational medicine.
Oh my goodness.
is that the end of the video?
I know
It is.
my vibrator makes me feel very, very good sometimes.
Yeah, do you ever see Tesla when
Until
you
the
do that?
batteries die.
No, he's kind of ugly. Ugh.
Okay,
No,
okay.
no,
the
no,
the
come
NASA
Come on, Jen.
article.
She-
Let me get the
her
thing on that.
vibrator does not use batteries. It uses gasoline.
All right.
Yeah, yes, it was used to be an old weed whacker.
Yeah.
Nah,
Don't
a
pull
BMW
things. Don't pull
auction
things
motor.
out like you're starting a lawnmower.
They're BMW.
Yeah, okay. BMW.
Mot-
You could say that too.
Motorrad.
Alderaan? Isn't that from Star Trek?
No,
Yeah, Star Wars. That's the
Motorrad.
planet that gets blown to
Fahrrad.
smithereens.
If you're two-wheeled.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we made it through our video
Yay!
somehow. I'm not really sure how. This actually had more drink calls than last week's video, and we had a bigger panel last week. So yeah.
I don't.
So-
is that
so it's
good or
just the dru-
bad?
it's just the
I can't
drunkards
tell.
here tonight.
Well, that's true. All right. Well.
Cough, cough, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Guy who drinks Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Let's get through our final thoughts here and do our wrap up, shall we?
Gladly.
Let's start with Tornado.
So this individual has made multiple claims, and she brought Nazis into it, which is, as far as I'm concerned, she lost the argument outright when she said that.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
with
did
that,
not see
I
that
shall
coming.
be leaving because I need to get some sleep.
Agreed.
All
Good night,
right.
everybody.
Good night, Tornado.
Is the good morning.
And Bo.
Watching this video has vibrated my brain into mush.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that she had more than just a little grain of truth in her nonsense every now and then.
Right.
She had enough of it to make the gullible jump on it. That's sad.
I mean, Bo, even creationists have a slight bit of truth in their message.
Yeah.
It's what gets people hook, line, and sinker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's easier to find out that they're full of crap by studying simple nature books, to keep it simple. The nonsense that she is spouting is way more technical, so people are most likely much less inclined to think critically and read about it and try to find not just the references that she's using, but be as unbiased as possible, because it's just too complicated to look for. Yeah, I'm rambling almost.
Yeah.
Then
that's
again,
okay.
I have been inhaling some smoke today, so I'm probably just. But yeah, no, it's easier to hook people into this crap because it's too technical for people to give a shit about enough for them to actually research this and not use YouTube to do it than creationism.
Yeah. I agree.
So,
Jenny.
Yes.
Hi.
Oh, hi. How are you?
I'm well, thanks.
Good.
Would you like to give your final thoughts?
I have a question for TD, because you're like one of the resident smart guys now. Is sound energy considered part of the electromagnetic spectrum?
No clues. This is far from my field. I'm into rocks and rocks that used to be living things. And
I just
living things.
thought because you're a smart guy, you might be aware of that or not. Does anybody have physics training that could answer that?
I do not.
I don't, but if you get high enough in frequency, then it starts to become EM. But it's ridiculously high.
Or what? What was the question?
Is sound, audible sound, part of the electromagnetic?
Well, when you put it that way,
spectrum.
Yeah, the audible spectrum, as in 20 to 20 kilohertz or thereabouts, categorically no.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, no, because
it is not
the
part of the
electromagnetic
EM
spectrum has to do with the interaction of electric and magnetic fields, which is the stuff that's waving, which is electromagnetic spectrum, which is basically just different kinds of light. The sound frequency stuff has to do with like how air particles are bumping into each other.
Okay.
Different thing is waving.
An interesting thing that makes me, or something that makes me wonder is, as I understand it, the current body of thought in quantum mechanics is that if you get down low enough in the basic particles, everything is just there and vibrating. Okay, protons, neutrons, quarks, muons, all this kind of stuff. They're just there vibrating at whatever frequency they have. I don't know about that stuff, but that's what it is. So it makes me wonder: is it possible for there to be an interaction of that vibratory movement with sound energy? And that's what we're really talking about when we're looking at things like, why does sonic sewing occur? Why can we boil liquids with sound?
When you're talking about like quantum mechanical stuff, like the foundation stuff, there is not that particles themselves are oscillating. It's that particles are themselves waves, because you start getting to particle wave duality. So like unless stuff like electrons and protons, it's not just they are particles. It's that occasionally they are themselves waves, not like a particle that is waving. But that's way, I feel, beyond the kind of material science stuff which I know.
Well, anyway, let's move on then to let's go to TD Lane.
Yes, this video hurts my brain.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you know what? If you want to hurt your brain even more, just look in the video description of this ridiculous video.
No.
There's some pretty good doozies in there.
No.
How to feel what you want into reality. There's some stupid shit there.
Here's the thing. I'm probably gonna end up listening to more In His Image soon, and Standing for Truth, and that's enough for me.
My condolences.
Yeah.
Oh no.
All right.
You lot don't know how bad In His Image's stuff is.
RJ, what else do you
RJ's the only one who knows.
Well, at least it's better than listening to the arrogance of deflating atheism.
Well, almost certainly. In His Image is a very nice person. He just doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Ever.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shall we?
Are you crying now?
Yeah. Shall we go on over to RJ?
Yeah, well, I did look at that paper that was from NASA, and apparently it was like bombarding tissue cells of little neurons to see if things happened, and a little bit happened. The problem is it dates from 2003, which means that as far as I can tell, nobody's done anything with it because there was nothing to do with it. So that's very nice, wonderful research, but why was she bringing it up as though it actually led somewhere? This is very typical. And the fact that they're dragging in Tesla, give Tesla a rest for a while. Good gravy.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where I was just thinking while she was bringing that up, I was like, how is this relevant? This seems like one of those irrelevant citations people use to try and bolster their argument to people that don't know technical research.
Yeah, the Tesla has taken on an iconic character that he's a very interesting guy, helped invent the alternating current, very important, but he was also wacky. And he was not really a deep thinking scientist. He was a little bit like Edison. He was a tinkerer. And he really tried to do tons of experiments and wasted a lot of people's money trying to do broadcast power, which was, what's the right word? Impossible, yeah.
Well, yeah, technically, well,
The guy just
practically,
wasn't very,
yeah.
The guy just wasn't very direct.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you know, he was it's I suppose a product of, you know, he was. And granted, he's pretty far in the past compared to like modern day stuff. I mean,
Oh yeah, it's 100 years ago.
He's just not very current.
Wow.
But don't she?
Let's see.
Now, on that note of shameless
Anyway.
You know, you could say he took an alternate route.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
all
we're
I have
not
to do
gonna
is to say
that.
at that.
Let's on
Forgetting something important.
I'm going to resist all of this plunge.
I was literally about to say that.
Sean.
This conversation is getting me amped up.
Oh my goodness.
The frequency of these jokes has started to increase.
Jeez.
Our pun capacitor is at critical levels.
Jeez.
And is anyone in the live chat going to be doing anything about clamtitudes?
Is it a single layer or a double layer capacitor, though?
You need to wrap this up. I'm about to short circuit.
Is this verbal assault and battery?
Ooh, yeah. Nothing about interocitors, though.
RJ, internal chat. Important.
Ooh.
All right. Well, let's see.
Oh, well, yes, Bo urges me to plug my reading stuff.
Oh, no. You're reading stuff.
Reading stuff there, yes. Evolution Slam Dunk and The Rocks Were There and The Paralogs of Phileas Fogg. All decent, upstanding people who want to buy multiple copies and give them out as gifts to all of their friends.
And
Mr.
also,
Or give them out as friends.
Lobby for their use in your public schools as well.
Yes, libraries.
I'm sorry.
RJ,
I'm sorry.
Mr. RJ,
What did you say?
I said lobby for the use of his books.
It was just a
if
bad
you meant
pun.
me, yeah.
I got a question for RJ. How's the books you're currently working on coming along?
Oh, well, we're still assembling the material for Volume 2, where we will be picking up where Volume 1 left off. And because there has been so much exciting new stupid coming along, like Raw Matt's antediluvian Noah genetic paper that wasn't going to be in PLOS biology. Well, there's a lot to be discussed in Volume 2. Human evolution, the origin of tetrapods, discussion of Mesopotamian and history, and it's just going to be chock-a-block with stuff.
One time, RJ, I would like to hear that Volume 2 is leaving off or starting out where Volume 3 left off.
Yes, yeah. So that's the time travel edition.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's always always Volume 2.
Fog, though.
Yeah.
As a footnote, if you want to be caught up with the current situation regarding Raw Matthew, there's a video out by Dapper Dino addressing this. Dan Stern Cardinal, who goes by Creation Myths on YouTube, did a video on this, and Gutsick Gibbon has done a video on this.
And I'll be addressing some
situation.
of the source issues in Raw Matt's little tome in an Evolution Hour next month.
I'm just about finished with my paper. I've been working on it for a number of years now. Its title is "Are Cruciferous Vegetables Really Just Part of the Earth?"
You're a what now?
Never mind. Forget it.
You're cruciferous? I didn't hear it. It was the and things.
It was kind of a grammatical type of joke.
Alrighty. Alrighty.
Jenny's jokes are all the excellent type that require footnotes and explanatory appendices.
RJ, you're one to talk.
I know, exactly, yes.
All right. Sean Hufford.
Yeah, raise our moistness category here, kid.
Final thoughts.
Well,
Hi.
I'm tired. I've got to
I'm tired. That's tiring.
Yeah, me too.
Sean, you sound like you're about to blow a fuse.
Or a gasket.
Yeah.
RJ, are you tired?
No. Then again, I'm not human.
Weirdo.
So,
All
you
these
know,
all
true.
these whippersnappers are all tired.
As soon as we unlock RJ power, the city will never go dark.
It's still early here. It's only 11 p.m. I'll probably be busy beaver for another 3 or 4 hours.
It's those sad creationist tears. It's a powerful drug.
Yes. Every time I get into a
Especially
debate, I extract all of their life energy.
And especially the sovereign citizen creationist tears. Those are the best ones.
Yeah.
Too bad he won't. Too bad he won't debate you anymore.
Darny fudge.
Yeah.
All right. And last but not least, I think there's Hillel.
I'm just splendid.
That's
I just got a text for a random thing that says I've won a free iPhone. All I need to do is click a link. So
Ooh, that's it.
Yeah.
Frankly, it sounds like the rest of you are really. I mean,
It isn't a
excited
Nigerian
for me, yeah.
iPhone, is it?
It will be.
All right.
How's Seattle doing, Hillel?
the what?
Aren't you in Seattle?
Your book is fine.
Huh? What? Aren't you in Seattle? Answer. What?
So I'm really enjoying going through.
Oh,
I'm
good.
enjoying the book
I'm
so
glad
far.
you're enjoying
I
it.
mean, so far, at the moment, they're in the Pacific. That's nifty.
The
Well,
answer
Okay,
was,
there's
I'm
no,
not
okay,
telling
yeah,
you where I
gear
live.
shit. For those of us who, for those of the viewers who have, what the hell is going on here?
So,
He is reading the
Pacific
paralogs of
Ocean
Phileas
is up there
Fogg.
in one of my the Pacific Ocean is up there in one of my 7 favorite oceans.
Oh, well, there we go. It's very nice.
We're
And it's a
being
very
informed
big
by live
ocean.
Chat. We're getting buffering.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think the live chat knows which book you're talking about.
That'd be
there,
the
RJ. You better
paralogs of
help them.
Phileas Fogg,
It would be
available
the
at
paralogs.
Amazon.
No,
Has
no,
the
no,
Columbiad
no,
come
no.
down yet? Have you got that far?
Not yet.
All right. Well.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're buffering significantly because I think.
I haven't been buffed in years. What are you
Oh
talking about?
my god!
No,
I think
Oh,
it's
I'm
because
sorry. What?
we're over 2 hours on our live stream here, and YouTube can't handle that.
That's
Buffed
true.
Buffed
Let
or
me
boofed.
sleep.
I've been
Hey.
buffed so much it's all rubbed off.
Ooh.
But anyway, let's
What's
wrap
up?
things up, shall we? Let's see if we
Bring
can.
on the pug and the,
There
and
we
the cute
go.
little pirate cat.
The end of
All right.
Are you sure about that?
Anyway, I do want to just point out that we do have Game of Fools tomorrow night with Shadow over on her channel. I just believe I put the link in the live chat. Hopefully, otherwise don't click it. But no, it's definitely the correct link.
So if you didn't put the right one in, don't click it. How the hell are they supposed to know if it's real, the right one or not?
Exactly.
That's the Schrodinger click.
Yeah, cat.
Schrodinger's link.
All right. Well, anyway, with that, let us wrap up. I hope everybody had a good night, and I had a lot of fun, and I like doing this with y'all. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week.
I'm going to be thinking about yellow triangles
You
now for
masochist.
about like a quarter of a second.
All right. Well, say goodnight, panel.
Night,
Good
panel.
night, panel.
Good night, panel.